Good afternoon. I'm Jason Blair, Bolivar High School principal, and it is my privilege to be able to introduce our 2026 seniors that will be addressing you this afternoon. First, we have our senior class president, Ms. Makayla Methvin.
Good afternoon. My name is Makayla Methvin, and I've had the honor of serving as senior class president this year. When I sat down to write this speech, I realized how difficult it is to summarize an entire childhood, years of memories, struggles, and growth in just a few minutes. Reflecting on the years that brought us to this moment, I realized that while our education has been instrumental to our development as people, some of the most important lessons happen beyond the classroom. The most prominent, learning to be both strong and kind in a world that often tries to convince us to choose between the two. Growing up, I struggled with severe hearing loss and a speech impediment. I couldn't hear clearly, couldn't pronounce certain sounds correctly, and felt like I was trying to understand the world underwater. I noticed the stares and the whispers when people didn't understand me. And after a while, I began to believe that the safest thing I could do was stay quiet. So I did. I spoke less, smiled less, and built walls around myself because it felt easier than risking embarrassment over and over. At the time, I thought these struggles only made me different. Looking back now, I realize they developed two things in me: how to be strong when things get hard, and how to choose kindness in a world that doesn't always make it easy. Not because struggle automatically makes someone a good person, it doesn't. But when you know what it's like to feel misunderstood or alone, you begin to recognize how much those small moments of kindness matter. Through these challenges, I've learned that setbacks can either shut you down or push you forward. And I think it's safe to say that every person in this class understands that in some way. Even though our stories look different, every person sitting here has faced battles most people never saw. Some people struggle with anxiety, grief, insecurity, financial stress, heartbreak, or pressure that felt impossible to carry. Some people are still fighting those battles today. That's why kindness matters so much. Not surface-level politeness, real kindness. The kind that notices people, includes people, and refuses to make someone else feel small just so you can feel more important or fit into a crowd. Over the years, we've all seen how easy it is for gossip and assumptions to leave lasting damage. But we've also seen the opposite, how one small act of kindness can completely change someone's day, or sometimes even their life. I think that's because people will always remember how we make them feel. Long after grades, school records, and accomplishments fade, people will remember who made them feel seen and not small. They'll remember who stood up for them, who listened, who showed up. But it's important for us to remember, kindness does not mean weakness. You can have a soft heart and still stand your ground and be compassionate without allowing people to walk all over you. For a long time, I thought strength meant pretending things didn't bother me. However, what I've learned is that real strength is actually choosing to move forward even when things get hard. That's the kind of strength I hope our class embodies in our next chapter of life. Not just ambition, not just success, but kindness, empathy, and character that shows itself both when others are watching and when no one is there to see. Because a resume might open a door, but character is what keeps you in the room. And so many leaders here at Bolivar have taught us just that. To all of our teachers and administrators, thank you. You showed us that leadership is about perseverance, consistency, and treating people like they matter, because they do. As we leave here today, we're all heading into different futures. College, workforce, trade school, the military, or paths we haven't even discovered yet. And eventually, life will challenge every one of us. However, I urge you not to run from those challenges, but to lean into them. And while you're fighting your own battles, remember that everyone around you is fighting one too. So be kind. Include people. Be good to people. But never confuse kindness with weakness. I think that's what I hope our class carries forward the most. Not just success, but strength that doesn't lose its kindness along the way. We can utilize our struggles to shape us into people who don't just succeed, but who make the world around them a better place while doing it. So go forward, class of 2026. Be resilient, be ambitious, be successful. But above all else, be both strong and kind. Thank you so much, and congratulations.